Attention Mountaineer family. Welcome to the Kennedy Creative Arts Center's Lyle B. Clay Concert Theater at West Virginia University. The commencement ceremony is about to begin. At this time, please locate the nearest emergency exit. Please silence your cell phones, tablets, and other electronic devices, and turn your attention to the outstanding students who are the focus of this day. This is their moment to shine, so please give them and their many accomplishments your full attention. Now, let's get ready to welcome our graduates.
Today, we celebrate West Virginia University's 2022 May graduates, 152 years after Marmaduke H. Dent became the first university's graduate. Please welcome the candidates for graduation from the School of Pharmacy, marching behind an olive green banner carried by Logan Michael Cox and directed by Dr. Matthew Blommel, University Marshall, and Associate Professor of Clinical Pharmacy and Director of the West Virginia Center for Drug and Health Information. And now, please welcome members of the Platform Party. Dr. William Petros, Dean and Gates Wigner Endowed Chair. Dr. Julie Lockman, Assistant Vice President for Graduate Education and Director of Faculty Affairs, Culture and Inclusion, West Virginia University Health Sciences. Dr. Louise Veselicki, Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Tracy LeMasters, Assistant Professor of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Policy, Graduate Program Director, Health Services and Outcomes Research. Dr. Khalid Kamal, Chair and Professor of Pharmaceutical Systems and Policy. Dr. Doug Slane, Chair and Professor of Clinical Pharmacy. Dr. Paul Lockman, Senior Associate Dean for Research and Strategic Initiatives and Chair and Professor of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Dr. Marie Abate, Assistant Dean for Assessment and Strategic Planning and Professor of Clinical Pharmacy. Dr. Jeffrey Fidan, Chief of Pathology and Physiology Research Branch, Health Effects Laboratory Division of NIOSH and the CDC, and Prevention and Adjunct Professor, Departments of Physiology and Pharmacology and Pharmaceutical Sciences. Dr. Mary Stamatakis, Senior Associate Dean of Academic Affairs and Educational Innovation and Professor of Clinical Pharmacy. Dr. Ashley McMillan, Associate Professor, Clinical Pharmacy. Dr. Ahmad Hanif, Assistant Professor of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Dr. Ashley Barackman, Associate Professor of Clinical Pharmacy and Director of Skills Development. Dr. Charles Ponte, University Marshal and Professor of Clinical Pharmacy and Family Medicine, and today's commencement speaker. Dr. Clay Marsh, Chancellor and Executive Dean for Health Sciences. And now, please rise for the singing of our national anthem, performed by Carice Wolf, and remain standing for the alma mater.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Our alma mater, the home of mountaineers, sing we of thy honor, everlasting through the years. Our alma mater, we pledge in song to you. Hail, all hail our alma mater, West Virginia U.
You may now be seated. I now welcome Dean William Petros to the podium.
Good afternoon, soon-to-be graduates, family, and friends. I'm Dr. William Petros, Dean of the School of Pharmacy, and I'd like to thank you for joining us today to recognize the school's graduating class of 2022. Students, on behalf of the faculty and staff, we're incredibly excited of your accomplishments and for you to begin your professional careers. We're also indebted to your loved ones for helping you through this journey. So let's give them a round of applause. Mark Twain once said, "The two most important days in your life are the day that you were born and the day you found out why you were born." 39 years ago, I'm dating myself, the WVU School of Pharmacy helped me answer that question, and I hope we've done the same for you. It would be an underestimate to say that a lot has changed since most of you became students in the School of Pharmacy. While the world around us has transformed, so have you in so many ways. I can't say enough about your willingness to and ability to adapt during the pandemic. Also, I can't say enough about our faculty's willingness to adapt, and I'd like to actually them to stand and be recognized for the important things they've done to make your graduation be on time throughout these 4 years. So faculty, please stand. In Nassim Taleb's book, Anti-Fragile, he describes individuals with the greatest future potential for strong success as those who have already been challenged. I feel that you certainly fit that definition in many ways. So one of the highlights of my experience in the last couple of years was working side by side with many of you in our faculty during the COVID vaccine clinics, and I applaud you for all your efforts and your volunteer efforts to do that while you were in school. Over the last few years in the School of Pharmacy, your mind has been consumed by many facts and principles essential to your initial practice and, of course, passing the boards, which I'm sure you all will do in the next month or two. However, rest assured, the most important thing you've learned in the school is how to think like a pharmacist or a scientist. Be confident, but be humble. Our fields change rapidly. So a snapshot of your class shows that you come from all regions of West Virginia, several other states or countries, various ethnicities and backgrounds. Some of you were the first to attend college in your family. However, you've all been united by this university, this school, and now the profession of pharmacy. Today, we're going to have a very special guest speaker, Dr. Charlie Ponte, who jumped at the opportunity to say a few words of inspiration. Professor Ponte has been an invaluable asset to students, patients, colleagues, and the university overall in his distinguished career here. In fact, he received this prestigious designation of fellow in all 3 pharmacy professional organizations in the United States during his 42 years of service to the WVU Schools of Pharmacy and Medicine. Both you and I are amongst the approximately 3,000 pharmacy students at WVU that he has educated over those years. So I look forward to his inspirational comments. Congratulations once again, students. And to paraphrase our beloved voice of the Mountaineers, Tony Caridi, it's a great day to be a West Virginia University pharmacy graduate. Dr. Ponte?
Okay, so thank you, Dean Petros. Good afternoon, everybody. Dr. Marsh, Dean Petros, faculty, and staff, I am truly honored to deliver this year's commencement address. Let me first offer my congratulations to the class of 2022 and their families, friends, and loved ones. This is indeed a joyous occasion and a cause for celebration. I want to spend a few minutes talking about transitions. Let me say that again. I want to spend a few minutes talking about transitions, okay? Yeah, this is gonna be a talk on cars, okay? So my remarks are directed to the class of 2022, but hopefully the message will resonate throughout the auditorium. Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines transitions as follows: a change or shift from one state, place to another. Willie Stargell, who some in the audience may remember as a former Pittsburgh Pirates baseball player and Hall of Fame inductee, he said it best: life is one big transition. In one sense, you're transitioning from student pharmacist to graduate pharmacist. That transition will take place shortly when Dr. Marsh confers the Doctor of Pharmacy degree on the class, When that occurs, you will at once transition to someone who can rightly be called doctor. Now, that being said, okay, don't get a big head, okay, and stay humble. Your time in pharmacy school has been a series of transitions. Some of you entered after your sophomore year of college, and others were admitted with prior degrees. Regardless, you had to learn to navigate the changes that come with admission to a professional program and professional school. The road wasn't always easy, and you had to learn new coping strategies and maybe even new ways to study the volumes of information that were thrown at you. You had to rely upon your support networks to deal with the ups and downs associated with a rigorous academic program, but somehow you managed to survive. Following the attack on Pearl Harbor, President Roosevelt famously uttered these words before a joint session of Congress. Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy, the United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. That was the beginning of World War II for the United States. The United States had a transition from a peacetime to a wartime economy and mindset. September 11th, 2001 was its own day of infamy. Fast forward to Monday, March 16th, 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic comes to WVU. In-person classes were halted. Students and faculty alike had to transition to unfamiliar and untested modes of classroom and experiential instruction. The word Zoom, in quotes, has entered our lexicon forever and connotes feelings of admiration for the technology or disdain for the foibles. Despite your opinion of Zoom, it has made the transition from classroom teaching to remote learning a palatable option, and in some ways has become the new norm. I Googled the following term: jokes about remote learning for college students, and got 12,800,000 results. Everyone told you that your time in school would go fast, but they never said that it would Zoom. So it's fair to say that your whole life has been filled with transitions, from infancy to childhood, from childhood to adulthood, from neophyte college student to a graduate level education in a professional school. What have you learned from all these transitions? You've been able to embrace change and move forward. Each of you, in your own way, has made successful transitions. But remember that success does not exist in a vacuum, devoid of outside influences. You didn't get here by yourself. Your success is the sum total of various factors. A compounded prescription for success might look like this: innate ability. Now, you can thank your parents for that one, okay? 1 part. Blood, sweat, and tears, meaning commitment, perseverance, steadfastness of purpose, 5 parts. Actually, Mark Twain once said, never put off tomorrow what you can do the day after tomorrow. Okay, but I don't think you should ascribe to that philosophy. Support network, family, friends, faith, whatever, another 5 parts. Mentorship, the person or or what passes along practical wisdom, 3 parts. Okay, and then you have the last part, which is luck. Okay, and I hope you have enough luck to make the 15 parts of this prescription that becomes then the completed prescription. So here you sit. You successfully navigated the transitions in your life. But have you reached your final destination? Will the road ahead be any less bumpy? And the short answer is hell no. You cannot avoid the changes that are to come. Some of you will be transitioning into real jobs. Others will be pursuing residency training. And some may still be looking for a position. Oh, and these transitions will also creep into your personal life. Marriage, births, new relationships, job changes, even loss will surface along each of your paths. But never forget that you rose to meet the challenges to this point, and you have the tools and the support to withstand the inclement weather that is to come. Admiral William H. McRaven gave the commencement speech at the University of Texas at Austin in 2014. I highly recommend that you watch the YouTube video. Admiral McRaven is a Navy SEAL and commanded the mission that led SEAL Team 6 to Osama bin Laden's location in Pakistan and his ultimate demise on May 2nd, 2011. In his speech, he uses the experiences of the rigors of SEAL training to provide the framework for being the best that you can be and to be a change agent in the world. Here again, we're really talking about transitions. I was particularly struck by his first and last bits of wisdom shared with the graduates. Start each day with a task completed. Analogy, making your bed. Little successes, little victories beget more successes, more victories. If things don't go so well, at least when you come home, at least your bed is made. The mantle of a noble and respected profession will be passed to you today. People will depend upon you for your counsel, expertise, and even their very lives. You will have status in your communities. Much will be expected of you. Transition is scary, but you have been tested and you rose to the challenge. You stand before us ready to make a difference, and you will make a difference. I rise each morning and say a mantra to myself. Thank you, Lord, for another day. I will do great things. And importantly, I also express gratitude. I particularly like a quote from Oprah Winfrey. Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. Find your own mantra. Use it to keep the fires burning in your professional and personal life. This brings me to the last bit of wisdom from Admiral McRaven. Never, ever give up. Let me say that again, okay? Never, ever give up. There's an old cliche, the most successful people are the ones who have failed the most. Author John Green said, what is the point of being alive if you don't at least try to do something remarkable? I hope that some of what I have said has resonated with you today. If nothing else, I hope that at least you make your bed every morning. And if not, make the transition. You won't regret it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ponte. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy a performance of Simple Gifts.
the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where you ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. One true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right. 'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where you ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight.
As we have done for many years, we are once again combining the investiture and degree conferral for all programs housed in the School of Pharmacy. These include the Doctor of Philosophy degrees in both health service and outcomes research and pharmaceutical and pharmacological sciences, followed by the Doctor of Pharmacy degree. Dr. Julie Lockman, Assistant Vice President for Graduate Education at the Health Science Center, will be presenting the PhD candidates.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Julie Lockman. I'm pleased to represent the Health Sciences Center Office of Research and Graduate Education in this ceremony. We now recognize our PhD candidates and graduates in the School of Pharmacy by the investing of the Doctor of Philosophy hoods. We'll begin with the Health Services and Outcomes Research doctoral program. First graduate, Nazneen Fatima Muhammad Umair Shaikh, is from Thane, India, and their research advisors are Dr. Usha Sambamurthy and Dr. Tracy Lemasters. Nazneen's dissertation title is Incidence of Cancer, Depression, and Economic Burden of Prescription NSAIDs Among Older Adults with Osteoarthritis, Statistical and Machine Learning Approaches. Nazneen will be hooded by Dr. Tracy Lemasters. Next, we have Yifan Zhang from Chengdu, China, and their research advisor is Dr. Tracy Lemasters. Yifan's dissertation title is Screen Media Use Among Children and Adolescents, Applications of Supervised and Unsupervised Machine Learning Methods and Sentiment Analysis. And from the Pharmaceutical and Pharmacological Sciences doctoral program, we have graduate Janet Thompson from Bayport, Long Island, New York, and their research advisor is Dr. Jeffrey S. Badan. Janet's dissertation title is The Exposome Metabolic Dysfunction and Silicosis, a Pulmonary and Pathophysiology Study. This concludes the presentation of the PhD candidates for graduation. And now I would like to ask our graduates to please rise, our PhD graduates, and any scientists who might be in the audience or on stage, and join me in reciting the ethical affirmation for a scientist. This affirmation should play an important part in the lives of our graduates. Your conduct as researchers and scientists must be above reproach. You must steel yourself against any suggestion of dishonesty or ethical transgression. Now more than ever, the competition to succeed can pressure behavior that we would regret. Hold the words of the affirmation in your mind as you move forward in your careers. We believe this affirmation is unique to our campus. It was written by Dr. Robert Craig, Dr. Ann Cather, and Dr. James Culberson, all outstanding faculty at the West Virginia University Health Sciences Center. Its publication in the journal Science in 2003 brought international recognition to our university. So again, I invite all scientists to join me and repeat after me as we say the ethical affirmation. As I embark on my career as a biomedical scientist, I willingly pledge that I will honorably represent my scientific profession. I'll do shorter pieces. That I will conduct my research and my professional life in a manner that is always above reproach, and that I will seek to incorporate the body of ethics and moral principles that constitute scientific integrity into all that I do. I will strive always to ensure that the results of my research and other scientific activities ultimately benefit humanity and that they cause no harm. With this affirmation, I pledge to acknowledge and honor the contributions of scientists who have preceded me, to seek truth and the advancement of knowledge in all my work, and to become a worthy role model deserving of respect by those who follow me. Thank you. You may be seated.
Very nice. I always tell the PharmD students they need to have the oath memorized, so good job, all of you. All right. I'm now happy to present the PharmD candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for graduation from West Virginia University School of Pharmacy. If the faculty who are assisting with the hooding will please find their places. And while they are all getting in their places, I would like to call attention to the colorful cords and stoles that our students and faculty wear to adorn their regalia. Gold and blue, University Latin Honors. Summa, cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude. Gold, University Honors Scholars. Green and gold, Phi Lambda Sigma Leadership. Purple and white, Rho Chi, Academic Honor Society. Light blue and dark blue for superior contributions to the American Pharmacists Association. Red and gray for superior contributions to Kappa Psi Professional Fraternity. Light blue and gold, Lambda Kappa Sigma. Maroon and gold, Industry Pharmacists Organization. Dark blue, National Community Pharmacist Association. Dark blue and white, Association of Managed Care Pharmacy. Rainbow cords represent those students who have participated in the Lavender Celebration ceremony for LGBTQ. Multicolored kente stole worn by graduates as a symbol of diversity reflective of their cultural heritage. We would also like to recognize graduates and faculty who have served this nation with valor and sacrifice. The red, white, and blue cords these individuals wear today are a tribute to their selfless service. We also honor all those present today who have served. Please stand so that we can thank you for your dedication and sacrifice you and your families have given to our country. Colby Scott Acree, Palmyra, Pennsylvania, summa cum laude. Colby is receiving a James K. Lim Pharmacy Academic Achievement Award, and Colby completed the Geriatric Pharmacy Area of Emphasis. Sarah Ali, Morgantown, West Virginia. Azhar Jalal Al-Shaheen, Saudi Arabia. Mallory Lynn Anderson, Houston, Texas. Assisting her with her hooding is her cousin, Dr. Becky Rogers, West Virginia University School of Pharmacy, class of 2007. Joy Elizabeth Akini Apopa, Morgantown, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Assisting with her hooding is her father, Dr. Patrick Apopa, WVU PhD, biochemistry class of 2007. Joy is receiving a James K. Lim Pharmacy Academic Achievement Award. Ryan Edward Archer, Toronto, Ohio, summa cum laude. Ryan is receiving a James K. Lim Pharmacy Academic Achievement Award and the Kappa Psi Grand Council Scholarship Key Award. Ryan also completed the PharmD MBA. Rebecca Ashton Arthur, Hinton, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Rebecca completed the Geriatric Pharmacy Area of Emphasis. Mohammed Balkadar, Morgantown, West Virginia. Anthony Glenn Berberich, Hubbard, Ohio, cum laude. Megan Lynn Beniti, Weirton, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Evan Marshall Booth, Elkview, West Virginia. Troy David Boner, New Martinsville, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Assisting with his hooding is his sister, Dr. Hannah Herrick, WVU School of Pharmacy class of 2018, and his brother-in-law, Dr. Landon Herrick, West Virginia University's class of 2017. Troy completed the Advanced Clinical Pharmacy Practice area of emphasis. Alexander Michael Bolby, Dayton, Ohio. Alexander completed the dual PharmD MBA. Courtney Ann Bunner, Fairmont, West Virginia, cum laude. Assisting with her hooding is her sister, Dr. Olivia Shoemaker, WVU School of Pharmacy class of 2018. Jonathan Thomas Burnside, Clendenin, West Virginia. Jonathan completed the dual PharmD MBA. April Lynn Castro, North Huntington, Pennsylvania. Amina Channel, Fairmont, West Virginia, cum laude. Roger Frederick Kogar III, Upper Glade, West Virginia. Roger completed the geriatric pharmacy area of emphasis. Elizabeth Ann Conforti, Weirton, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Algie Jeremiah Cook, Oceana, West Virginia. Logan Michael Cox, Mineral Wells, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Assisting with his hooding is his father, Mr. Michael Cox, WVU School of Pharmacy, class of 1992, and his sister, Dr. Taylor Cox Wood, University of Charleston School of Pharmacy, class of 2017. Logan is receiving a James K. Lim Pharmacy Academic Achievement Award and the Kappa Psi Grand Council Scholarship Key Award. Lucas Wayne Edenfeld, New Salem, Pennsylvania. Jessica Renee Elizabeth Gaynor, Washington, West Virginia. Assisting with her hooding is her brother, Dr. Keith Gaynor, WVU School of Pharmacy, class of 2012. Ashley Ann Gaudet, New Orleans, Louisiana, cum laude. Courtney Lane Glasscock, Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Chandler Bryce Haynes, Romney, West Virginia. Ashley Haywood, Stuyvesant, New York, cum laude. Kathleen Herrick, Wheeling, West Virginia. Kathleen completed the geriatric pharmacy area of emphasis. Drew Michael Hicks, Canvas, West Virginia. Drew completed the geriatric pharmacy area of emphasis. Lindsay Ann Hoke, Charleston, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Lindsay is receiving a James K. Lim Pharmacy Academic Achievement Award and also completed the Advanced Clinical Pharmacy area of emphasis. Jordan Tyler Horshaw, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Kara Marie Howard, Towson, Maryland. Nirmal Mahashbai Joshi, Morgantown, West Virginia. Nirmal completed the dual PharmD MBA. Wyatt Allen Kinsel, Mannington, West Virginia. Wyatt completed the geriatric pharmacy area of emphasis. Hannah Rose Knight, St. Mary's, West Virginia. Andrew Richard Craich, Morgantown, West Virginia, magna cum laude. Andrew completed the dual PharmD MBA. Jonah Nicholas Lalama, Bridgeport, West Virginia. Rachel Donna Largent, Winchester, Virginia. Rachel is receiving a Dean's Outstanding Achievement Award. Michael Wayne Lawson, Romney, West Virginia. Nicole Lee Lewis, Wheeling, West Virginia, cum laude. Nicole completed the geriatric pharmacy area of emphasis. Nicholas James Likar, Irwin, Pennsylvania. Amy Leanne Lusk Skeens, Corrine, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Amy is receiving a James K. Lim Pharmacy Academic Achievement Award and also completed the geriatric pharmacy area of emphasis. Samantha Jo Manson, Clarksburg, West Virginia, magna cum laude. Samantha completed the PharmD MBA. Trevor Alexander Mayfield, Morgantown, West Virginia, cum laude. Hunter James Moody, Smithfield, Pennsylvania, magna cum laude. Hunter completed the PharmD MBA. Lena Park, Glen Burnie, Maryland, cum laude. Lena completed the geriatric pharmacy area of emphasis. John David Parker, Morgantown, West Virginia. Kirsten Marie Weber Parsons, Fairmont, West Virginia, magna cum laude. Jordan Rachel Pentis, Colliers, West Virginia. Julia Elizabeth Pepper, Hagerstown, Maryland. Mary Catherine Platts, Charleston, West Virginia. Mary Catherine is receiving a Dean's Outstanding Achievement Award and also completed the college teaching area of emphasis. Raven May Powers, Martinsburg, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Raven is receiving a Dean's Outstanding Achievement Award and is also the recipient of the APHA ASP Senior Recognition Certificate. Raven completed the Advanced Clinical Pharmacy Practice area of emphasis. Richard Franklin Reed III, Bridgeport, West Virginia. Elizabeth Virginia Rose Reitnauer, Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Elizabeth is receiving a James K. Lim Pharmacy Academic Achievement Award. Levi Walker Rose, Morgantown, West Virginia, magna cum laude. Frank Dakota Salmons, Oceana, West Virginia. Jennifer Ann Slotnick, Charleston, West Virginia. Emery Adler Smith, Bridgeport, West Virginia, cum laude. Emery is receiving a Dean's Volunteer Service Award and also completed the Global Health for Pharmacy area of emphasis. Sarah Morgan Snyder, Parkersburg, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Sarah is receiving a Dean's Volunteer Service Award and also completed the Global Health for Pharmacy area of emphasis. Danny J. Stanley II, Williamson, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Danny completed the dual PharmD MBA. Tyler Scott Sturcho, Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Tyler completed the dual PharmD MBA. John Andrew Stilgenbauer, Fairmont, West Virginia, cum laude. Austin Carl Strickland, Cairo, West Virginia. Morgan Noel Summersgill, Prosperity, Pennsylvania. Taylor Nicole Talkington, Shinston, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Taylor is receiving the Walters Kluwer Clinical Drug Information Award for excellence in clinical communication. Taylor Christine Thompson, Follansbee, West Virginia, summa cum laude. Taylor is receiving a Dean's Outstanding Achievement Award and the Kappa Psi Grand Council Scholarship Key Award. Taylor completed the Advanced Clinical Pharmacy Area of Emphasis and the Dual PharmD MBA. Michaela Lee Trent, Chapmanville, West Virginia, cum laude. Jacqueline Marie Turner, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Jacqueline completed the Translational Pharmacy Research Area of Emphasis. Ashley Rose Van Camp, Wellsburg, West Virginia. Magna cum laude. Ashley is receiving a Dean's Outstanding Achievement Award. Lainey Nicole Vargo, Oak Hill, West Virginia. Cum laude. Lainey completed the Advanced Clinical Pharmacy Practice Area of Emphasis. Nicole Helena Virtue, Steubenville, Ohio, magna cum laude. Assisting with her hooding is her father, Mr. Kurt Virtue, WVU School of Pharmacy, class of 1988. Mackenzie Walker, Scott Depot, West Virginia, magna cum laude. Alyssa Wallace, Wheeling, West Virginia, magna cum laude. Alyssa is receiving the Beatrice Excellence in Pharmacy Award and also completed the Geriatric Pharmacy Area of Emphasis. Michaela Alexis Wright, Maysville. Maysville, West Virginia, cum laude. Michaela completed the Advanced Clinical Practice Pharmacy Area of Emphasis. Amy Young, Daniels, West Virginia, cum laude. Jacob Daniel Young, Galena, Ohio. Jacob completed the PharmD MBA. Tyler Michael Zim, Fayetteville, West Virginia. Assisting with his hooding is his father, Mr. Michael Zim, WVU School of Pharmacy, class of 1972. This concludes the presentation of the Doctor of Pharmacy candidates. Please join me in one last round of applause for all of our graduates. I now invite Dr. Ashley Barrickman, Associate Professor of Clinical Pharmacy and Director of Skills Development, and also the class advisor for the class of 2022. She will lead them in the oath of the pharmacist.
Good afternoon. I would like to ask the class of 2022 to please rise and raise your right hand. If there are any other pharmacists in the audience who would like to take the oath with us today, as well as any faculty, please rise, raise your right hand, and repeat after us. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will promote inclusion, embrace diversity, and advocate for justice to advance health equity. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for all patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept the responsibility to improve my professional knowledge, expertise, and self-awareness. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public. You may now be seated.
I would now like to invite Dr. Clay Marsh, the Chancellor and Executive Dean for WVU Health Sciences, to the podium to provide closing remarks and conferral of the degree.
So good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's a great day. I'm unfortunately going to need to bust two myths that you might have at this point. First of all, that these students will be off the payroll starting this afternoon. That, unfortunately, is not true, but as parents, if that's what you wish to believe today, I'll support that. The second thing is that even though they got hooded, they haven't graduated yet. Got to confer the degrees, and that comes at the end. So I'll try to be short to get us to where everybody wants to be. It's like the end of church. When's it going to be over? When's it going to be over? When's it going to be over? I got it. So I'd like to address my remarks to our graduates and really focus them on the challenges we have in our state and our country today with mental health. And we know that in the healthcare professions, one of the most concerning elements is the area of burnout, people leaving the profession. So you, as freshly minted, freshly hooded professionals, I want to give you a little bit of perhaps fatherly advice. Not grandfatherly yet, but fatherly advice. So as we look at America today, we see that we have lost 5 years of lifespan in the last 2 years versus other westernized rich countries like us. We have lost 2.5 years of lifespan over the COVID time in the United States, but we started losing lifespan for the first time in our history since the early 1900s, before COVID happened. And we're losing lifespan because people are dying in our country of many problems, but the most prevalent one is mental health, suicide, overdose, and substance abuse. And that substance can be alcohol, it can be drugs, etc. And the question is, why are we suffering this way? And why do we spend twice as much as the next country in healthcare spend, but have less next to last outcomes of all healthcare outcomes of westernized countries? And I think the answer is, it's because of the impact of the way that we are living our lives. So as we look at studies that are really cutting edge that look at health, and to me, health is really the age of your body. It's not your birthday age, it's your body's real age, your biological age. And we know that there are some really compelling studies that would say that the more separate we feel, the more fearful, the more we feel lack, the more we feel that we have to compete, we have to earn our way, we have to earn our personal worth, the worse our health gets, the worse our mental health gets. The insurance company Cigna in 2018, before COVID, found that 60% of its members reported feeling lonely. We know during COVID that really exacerbated, and as other speakers have said, class of 2022, well done, because you faced some of the most incredible obstacles to complete your training of any class we've had here in our history. So for that, I want to clap for you. And you can either make lemonade out of lemons, or that you can cry about it. You guys made a lot of lemonade, and we're really proud of you for that. But as we start to look at other studies by esteemed scientists like Nobel Prize winner Elizabeth Blackburn in San Francisco, who discovered telomeres. And telomeres are ends of our DNA, just like the ends, the tips of our shoelaces. And every time our cells divide, every time our body gets older, those shoelace tips get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. And eventually, when they get finished, that's when we get finished as well. So if we look at that as a way to quantify, to measure biological age, there's an incredible study that Elizabeth Blackburn and her colleague did in San Francisco. They looked at women, average age 38 years old, very high standard of living, very well educated, and they gave them a stress questionnaire. And they asked them how they saw the world. Did they see the world as stressful, where they never had enough, or did they see the world as great? Did they see their life as a prison sentence, or did they see their life as a great adventure? And the women that saw their life with the most stress aged dramatically more than the women that didn't. Again, the average age was 38 years old, and the maximum biological age difference was 17 years. 17 years, and it was all how the women saw the world. And the other thing that happened in the women that had the highest stress is they weighed significantly more. In West Virginia, we have the lowest life expectancy in the country at 74.6 years, I believe. Our worst county for life expectancy, which is McDowell County, varies from the best county in the country in life expectancy, which is Summit County, Colorado, by 17 years. So we have a lot of good work to do. And if we ask, what are the secrets to being able to help us live longer, live better, then we turn to the longest lived people in the world, and there's very consistent findings in people that live a really long time. For people like me, that's starting to become a much more relevant issue for me to understand, how people live a long time as they get older. And there's really three secrets. It's not what you eat, it's not how much exercise you get, it's not even whether you smoke or not, although it's certainly better to eat well, exercise, and not smoke. Three things. Number one, the maintenance of very meaningful relationships, connections. We are made to be together. Remember, I is in illness and we is in wellness. Second point, they continued to look at life like an adventure. They didn't mind being challenged. They didn't mind continuing to grow. The third thing is they maintained a higher sense of purpose. There was a reason for them to be alive, to wake up every morning. So graduates, I'm going to throw my challenges at you after that prelim. So number one is I hope that you adjust your lens so that life becomes a great adventure for you. Because if you see it that way, it is, and that can make all the difference. The philosopher Anna S. Nin said, "We don't see things as they are, we see them as we are." The Sufi poet Rumi said, "You are not a drop in the ocean, you are the ocean in a drop." If you live your life that way, your life will be better. Second piece of advice / challenge I have for you is find your purpose. Your purpose is your true north. It's what gets you up every day. Steve Jobs' purpose was to put a ding in the universe. Abraham Lincoln's purpose was to get our country back together. West Virginia University's purpose is to improve the lives and the health and the futures of every one of our citizens and then transport those solutions everywhere in the world. Find your purpose. The third area is make sure that you maintain really strong relationships. One of the great things about going through this school, this class, these experiences, you have a number of friends that I hope are lifelong friends for you. Also, be sure to embrace your community, your parents, your support system. People that are successful, instead of moving in when things get hard, they move out. They start to connect with other people. They start to leverage their social support systems. The fourth suggestion I have for you, as Brad Montag said, be somebody that makes everybody feel like somebody. Be somebody that makes everybody feel like somebody. We all want to be seen. We all want to know that our life is valued. You guys should know, though, that we love you. Your parents, your families love you. Your faculty, the administration love you, not because of what you've accomplished and what you've done, which is unbelievable, great. It's because of who you are. The greeting namaste means the divine in me bows to the divine in you, and that has nothing to do about what you do or what you've accomplished. It's your essence. Never forget that. The next thing I'd like to challenge you with is be kind, be inclusive, because everybody wants to belong to a group, and oftentimes just being invited in can make the biggest difference. Rutger Bregman wrote a great book called Humankind and argues the reason why we have done so well as a species is because we learned to be kind to each other. And lastly, my last piece of advice to you would be enjoy your simple gifts. It's very easy for us day to day to mistake stuff that's not important at all for stuff that's really important. I'm a critical care physician, and I've been with a lot of people as they've been dying, and I would tell you, in my experience, nobody has worried about what their next job title is or what their salary is or how many papers they submitted or have published. They all want to have another meal with the people they love, or listen to another piece of music they love, or walk outside and feel the sun on their face, or smell a beautiful flower. Things that we have the ability to do every day, but almost never, ever experience that as a great privilege. The author and poet Maya Angelou said, "We don't count our life by the breaths we take, but instead by the moments that take our breath away." I hope that you have many moments to take your breath away. And graduates soon, I would say to you, whether you stay here in West Virginia and wear the Flying WV on your coat, on your shirt, I hope you keep it in your heart. We love you. We're your home. You can always come back. We're always here for you. Go set the world on fire. Godspeed, class of 2022. And I mean set the world on fire in a very, not literal sense. All right, this is the good part you guys all have been waiting for. This is the end of church. Graduates, stand up. Parents, stand up too. Let's all stand up. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the West Virginia University Board of Governors, I hereby confer upon you the degrees for which you have been recommended with all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. Parents, friends, family, faculty, leadership, please join me in congratulating our newest graduates of West Virginia University.
Okay, graduates, we will release you in an orderly fashion from the stage. Folks, you can sit down for a minute. Congratulations. And we have something, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, I'm sorry. Stand up.
West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eyes. Country road.